Your estimated repair cost is $9,641.34.
Alright, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I want to talk about my $10,000 Tesla Model S repair. And since more people are getting into electric cars, and with Tesla being the leaders worldwide, I thought this video can be beneficial to those who are curious about what the reality is like with the repair of a Tesla in particular. Now, I've had this car for a little over a year, and it's a 2018 Model S for those curious, and I haven't made a video on this channel about this car yet, but I will have future videos detailing about how I went about buying that car and almost getting stranded in New Jersey in the process. For now, let's talk about today's sponsor, since they helped me not get stranded in New Jersey, and that would be Nobody. Now, after I returned back from the Philippines in the beginning of November of last year, I had a person come into my lane and hit me on the passenger front side. Now, thankfully, nobody was injured, and we exchanged insurances, and the other driver admitted to fault, so I didn't have to deal with any extra drama. On the outside, it doesn't look bad, but I was pretty concerned because most of the electronics in the fuse box is on the passenger side. So if that stuff was damaged, the cost could probably been exponentially higher. My headlight was busted. The accident shoved a bunch of components back, so whenever I would turn, the tire would rub against the plastic part around the wheel well, if that's what it's called. The air ducts that open and close to cool the battery was busted as well. The fan was brushing up against some car components, so it would be clipping every time I turned on the AC. Some of the radar sensors was also damaged in the front, so the car would beep every 2 minutes or at low speeds. The body cover of the car was broken off, so the bottom wasn't completely flush anymore with the base of the vehicle, so that definitely affected my range as well. And this was just me going around the car with my phone flashlight and my eyes, but there were a lot more damages than what it looked like on the outside. When I took it to the body shop, they told me the hood of the car was also slightly shifted back as well, so that needed to be repaired. But they said until they take the front bumper off, they won't really know the true damage costs. Now, despite all that, autopilot still worked perfectly fine. I don't believe my car is on the vision-based system, but even with the broken radars, the car and the remaining sensors did the autopilot and the steering just fine. So I was very pleasantly surprised that that was still working. In terms of insurance, I have Tesla insurance, and the other party had Geico, and Geico was communicative during the entire process. And from the horror stories I hear about the dealing of insurances during accidents, my experience was pretty much a breeze. So all I ended up doing was filing a claim with Geico, and they got back to me quoting $2,000 worth of damages. Now, I knew from the get-go that $2,000 was not enough because the headlight alone is around $2,000. I got a quote from Tesla a few months before the accident on what a headlight would cost, and if I still have that document, I'll post it on the screen here. So essentially what happens is any extra cost that comes up during the inspection of the body shop, they'll file it to the insurer or the person who is responsible, the insurance company, so it would be Geico in this instance, get a check and continue working along the process. The biggest issue wasn't even the repair itself, because the actual repair would take 3 to 5 days. The issue was that they were just so booked, they couldn't get me in till March of next year, which is actually this year right now, 2023. Now, I know to some of you that is a long time, which it is a long time, and you might say, this is exactly why I won't get a Tesla or any EV, except my Kia also suffered some damages, and that car couldn't get repaired till 2 months later. I would say, just from my experience, body shops in my area are completely booked no matter what vehicle it is. Tesla does make it harder because it has to be taken to a Tesla-approved body shop, but I even take my Turo cars to this body shop, and even non-EVs, they are slammed pretty much 24/7, 365 days a year. So take that with what you will. Your mileage will vary. So at this point, I continue driving the car up until I leave for Nepal and India. I drop off the car at the beginning of March because my actual repair date wasn't until mid-March, so dropped it off beforehand. I let Geico in the body shop know, like, hey, I'm overseas. Unless you have WhatsApp, don't call me because I'm not paying international call fees. Email me if anything comes up, and I'll get back to you within like the next 48 hours. Of course, Geico tries to call me multiple times, but I thought ahead and had Google Voice, so I kind of bypassed the international calling fee through Wi-Fi calling. The body shop kept in touch the entire time through email, so A+ to them. So by the time I arrived in India, the body shop let me know that the car is done. Just give me the dates and time to go pick it up. Geico called me about some updates on the claim, and when I arrived back in the States, this is the final call that informed me of my claim information.
For more claim details, say continue.
Continue.
Your estimated repair cost is $9,641.34. The estimated repair time is 3 days. You can also print out a full copy of your estimate at geico.com. Bring your estimate to a shop of your choice and work with the shop to arrange repairs.
So at this point, I go to pick up my car and the body shop gives me the list of repairs, and God bless this body shop because they went above and beyond. If you are in the DMV area, I highly recommend Rosslyn Auto Body. And they're not paying me to say this. I'm just doing this out of good faith that they really did a really good job on not only my Tesla, but the other cars that have needed to be repaired in the past. They really do go above and beyond. So the headlight was fixed. I actually have the paper here, but so let's just go through some of the stuff that they did. So the bumper cover was new. That was around $800. The outer duct was around $100. 2 brackets, which were about $30 each. I have a vent louver. I don't know what that is, but that was around $260. The shutter was another $200. The impact bar was around $300. We have a parking sensor, which was $120. The headlight was $1,500. The radiator support was $705. The undercover was $300. 2 condensers, $500 each, so that totals up to $1,000. The actuator was $80. The storage compartment was $165. The wheelhouse liner was $120. And some miscellaneous stuff is around, give or take, like $50 to $60. In terms of labor, that was $1,500 on the body, $630 on the refinish, and then the mechanical was $500. The paint and material was $450. And then finally, the thing that I almost forgot was this AP to settle, which I'm guessing is like a software thing, and that was $420. Funny, $420. And that is basically a little bit around like $9,000 and some change. But if you round up and get a nice YouTube title, it's $10,000. So there you go. Now, I'm not sure if someone keyed my car, but there was a pretty deep scratch that had nothing to do with the accident prior to it, and they went ahead and replaced that entire part. So very grateful for that. So my quote on my insurance has remained the same, and I believe since I'm not at fault, no points go on my record, so I haven't seen a change in that at all. The process was like any other car accident because at the end of the day, it's just a car. And the car market is still trying to figure itself out. So in terms of timing for when you want to get the repair, there still might be a wait. In terms of what I paid, it was really just the Uber ride to and from the body shop to drop off and pick up my car. That's it. I didn't have to pay a deductible. I probably could have gotten a rental, but I really didn't feel the need since I was traveling. I went to Vegas twice at the time. Then, like I mentioned before, Nepal and India. So didn't really see the bother of trying to, hassle Geico in order to get a car. And if I really tried, I probably could have got another Model S in the meantime. But like I said, didn't really want to go through that stress, and I was traveling for the most part. So wouldn't really have made any sense. I still have the car. It drives great. It looks great. Still feels brand new. For existing subscribers, I guess I own an EV now. And whether you are a new subscriber or an old subscriber, please let me know down in the comments below if you want to know more about it. Appreciate the sponsor for today, Nobody, for keeping the channel alive. Love you guys. Appreciate every single sub, like, and comment. And as always, much love. I'm grateful. That's all I can really say. I'm grateful.